Welcome, everyone. If you're a fan of my vampire system, then you know just how epic, emotional, and thrilling this web novel has been. Today, we're diving deep into the ending, breaking down Quinn's journey, his sacrifices, his love, and ultimately, his heartbreaking yet beautiful decision to go into eternal slumber. This isn't just a simple recap. We'll explore every major event, Quinn's relationships, and the philosophical weight behind the finale. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's journey through the conclusion of one of the most gripping vampire stories ever written. Quinn's story begins in tragedy. As a young boy, he lost his parents in a brutal attack, leaving him alone in a world where power meant everything. In this society, only the wealthy or influential could afford ability books, special items that granted superhuman powers. But Quinn, an orphan with no resources, was left defenseless. Bullied, beaten, and treated as an outcast, Quinn's life seemed destined for misery, until fate intervened. One day, he discovered a mysterious book left behind by his parents. Unlike the ability books sold in the market, this one was ancient, ominous, and pulsing with dark energy. In a moment of accident or destiny, Quinn's blood dripped onto the book, awakening something unimaginable. The vampire system. Suddenly, Quinn was no longer human. He became something rare, something feared, a true vampire, the first of his kind in centuries. With his newfound powers, Quinn enrolled in an elite academy, hoping to grow stronger and uncover the secrets of his lineage. But the academy wasn't just a place of learning. It was a battlefield of politics, rivalries, and hidden dangers. At first, Quinn struggled to trust anyone. His past had taught him that people would either exploit or abandon him. But slowly, he formed bonds that would last a lifetime. Layla, the girl who would eventually become his wife. Their relationship started rocky. Distrust, misunderstandings, and even betrayal stood between them. But through countless battles and shared pain, their love became unbreakable. Peter, the loyal friend who stood by Quinn even when others doubted him. Vorden and Syl, a complex bond, as Vorden's body was shared with Rotten and later Syl, a powerful being with his own agenda. Vex, the carefree vampire who became like a brother to Quinn. Their bond was so strong that Quinn declared war on the entire vampire world, just to save Vex from execution. Logan, the genius inventor who provided Quinn with weapons and strategies. Erin, the fierce warrior who respected Quinn's strength. Minnie, the little girl Quinn protected like a daughter, proving that family isn't always blood. These friendships didn't come easy. There were betrayals, losses, and moments where Quinn had to choose between his humanity and his vampiric nature. But in the end, these people became his reason to keep fighting. Quinn's journey wasn't just about survival, it was about evolution. From a weak orphan to a vampire, then to a vampire noble. And finally, after countless battles, he ascended to become the vampire god. His greatest enemy, Immortui, the celestial god, a being who saw vampires as nothing more than tools. Their final battle wasn't just about power, it was about freedom. When Quinn defeated Immortui, something extraordinary happened. Every vampire in existence turned back into a human. This was Quinn's ultimate victory. He had freed his kind from the curse of vampirism. No more bloodlust, no more eternal war between humans and vampires. But there was one exception, Quinn himself. At first, this seemed like a happy ending. His friends were human again, free to live normal lives. But soon, Quinn realized the cruel truth. His friends began to age. Layla, now human, would grow old and die. Everyone he loved would leave him behind. The most painful question arose. Why didn't Quinn turn them back into vampires? He could have. As the last vampire god, he had the power to turn anyone. But he didn't. And the reason is both tragic and beautiful. 1. They never asked. And after centuries of being vampires, his friends were tired. They had lived too long, fought too much. Now, they just wanted to experience life as humans, to grow old, have families, and die naturally. Not a single one of them, not Layla, not Fex, not Peter, ever truly asked Quinn to turn them back. They were content. 2. If he turned them, history would repeat. Vampires versus humans, war, suffering. Quinn had ended that cycle. If he started turning people again, the conflict would return. 3. Layla's choice. Quinn would have turned Layla in an instant if she had asked, but she didn't. She was happy living a human life, even if it meant leaving Quinn behind one day. Quinn stayed with them for years, watching as they aged, married, had children, and lived full lives. But as time passed, he realized if he stayed, he would have to watch every single one of them die. So he made the hardest decision: eternal slumber. He didn't die. He didn't abandon them. He simply slept, waiting for a time when he might be needed again. Was it a bad ending? Some readers hated it. They wanted Quinn and Layla to live forever together. Others, like me, found it perfect. Quinn gave his friends the one thing they never had: a normal life. He refused to force immortality on them. He sacrificed his own happiness so they could have theirs. And the story isn't truly over. Quinn is still out there sleeping, and the world still has mysteries. The Talen family's secrets, Richard Eno's schemes. One day, Quinn may wake up to a new era. Maybe he'll find new allies, new enemies, or even a way to finally rest. But for now, we say goodbye to our hero. Not with a tragic death, not with a forced happy ending, but with a choice that defines who Quinn truly is. A man who loved his friends more than his own eternity. My vampire system wasn't just about power. It was about what we sacrifice for those we love. Quinn's ending wasn't sad. It was surreal. And who knows, maybe one day we'll see him again. What do you think? Was the ending perfect? Or did you want something different? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. Goodbye, Quinn, until we meet again.